OPM, other people's money,
Amen.
is going to be the biggest investment, biggest asset to your business.
Good morning. Back in the head of your hair.
Welcome back to Money Monday.
Is we cutting out of hair? Ew, girl.
Yo, my niece loves ASMR. She loves whenever I do that.
Welcome back to Money Mondays, where we talk all about finance and business on Mondays so that we can educate you on everything that we learned throughout the years that we actually messed up on.
We fucked up so you can be great.
You're welcome. Today, topic is, drumroll please, business funding.
Business funding?
Yeah. Two of the ways I wanted to talk about today was grants and loans.
Grants are basically free money or free funding from other companies typically. They just basically try to help other companies or businesses. Loans are typically to where you have to pay them back.
Grants can come from multiple places. Grants are either from the state, county, or federal level. This is from public funds. They're basically trying to support small businesses. If you're LGBTQ, if you're Latina, if you're a Black-owned business, if you're a woman-owned business. Surprise, surprise, there's so many free grants out there that you can actually apply for. The thing about these that people don't like is they are competitive. You do have to apply for them. You do have to wait for an approval, and you do have to send in a badass application.
Think of it like your scholarship for business.
Yes. But if you do multiple of these per month, there's no way you're not going to get approved for at least one.
Yeah.
Exactly. So why not do your chances? It's not going to hurt you. There is no application fee. This is how you know it's a scam. If they ask you for an application fee, that is a scam. They will never ask for an application fee because this is free money they're giving to you. You're not giving them money at all.
Are grants tax deductible?
So when you get grants, it's basically like a
gift.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're putting money into your business. Stuff that you actually buy with it.
That's what I was asking.
That's tax deductible.
Okay.
Yeah. You're the owner. You're putting money into your business, and then whatever you, of course, spend on, that's tax deductible. Yeah. If you buy laptops, or in our case, if we were to buy inventory or anything like that, that would be tax deductible.
Gotcha.
Loans are the quote unquote easier way to get money for funding your business. Here's the thing about loans. You have to do a lot of research for loans, first off. Some places will not approve you if you have not had 2 years in business at least. They want to see your revenue. Some places want to see above $100,000 in revenue. Some places want to see at least $5,000 a month. So it depends. Now, you still can get a loan if you have bad credit. I know a lot of people are scared about that, but you can. This is going to depend on how much revenue you're pulling in per month.
Yeah.
So with this, let's say you're a new business, they're still going to ask you for about 6 months worth of your bank statements. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they need to see at least some cash flow for loans. But if you do secure loans, business loans, it can be a little bit different than a personal loan. So sometimes you might have to repay daily, repay weekly, or repay monthly. It just depends on what loan you have.
Which can be kind of iffy for people, if you're not 100% sure on how much money your business is necessarily even going to produce.
Exactly.
So just be mindful of that. And then also, just like credit cards, the APR rate on your loan, because they do have that on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The APR rate on your loan can vary as well. So again, do your research. Just make sure that you find the lowest percentage as possible, because you don't want to get fucked over in the long run. So I think that's what we did, right? With one of the loans, it kind of flipped us upside down.
So one of we can just talk about our experience. Okay. One of the loans that we have pulled out. So our processor is called Square. If you know anything about Square, if you use it for a while and they see that there's certain revenue coming in, they'll offer you a loan amount. The thing about Square is because it doesn't run on your credit, it basically runs on your revenue. They do require a very high
APR.
No, it's
interest.
No, it's how you pay back. So for example, we pulled at the beginning, we may have pulled out maybe a $20,000 loan.
I think it was 25.
Okay, yeah. $25,000 loan, but it was taking 20% every single day of any revenue that we make. They can do that because they're our processor. So all of our money that we were swiping with cards and stuff like that, at the end of the day, let's say we made $1,000, they took 20% of that. That was $200. And let's say we were working 7 days a week. That's $1,400 in 1 week. But that's how they get their money back. It's smart for
it has
them.
like a pro and con because again, like they're automatically pulling the money like each day, so you don't really see it. But then also, like she said, in the long run, it can kind of like, again, that's $1,400 that if you don't know to count out that 20%, then you're kind of counting on money that really isn't yours in a sense.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
1 week, and
Yeah,
that's
so
most
just
of the
be very
time
mindful of
people
that.
pay that back in like a month.
Yeah.
So that was the crazy part. We didn't know. Of course, we got through it. It sucked.
Yeah.
But we got through it. And then now, know your money. Make sure that you know your back end. Make sure you know your overhead, everything, what you can afford, what you can't afford. So if you get into a loan and they say you have to pay that high back per day and you can't do it, do not get in there.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in that type of position.
Yeah. And then one more thing I do want to say is whenever you do get your loan or grant, well, with grants, typically you have to do like a full breakdown of where it is exactly that the money is going anyways. Just be very, 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 very mindful and strategic on where it is that you're putting the money. Whenever we first got our very first loan, like we ran through that money so fast, but it's because it was investing into the business. But at the same time, like if you can set some aside just for like a small cushion, do that.
It'll help you out a lot in the long run. Let's say you get $25,000, don't spend that $25,000 immediately.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know what you're gonna need down
like
the road.
Emergencies happen or random things pop up. So always just having that extra money on the side. That way you're not stressing to figure out where to find that. And then again, because they do take out the money automatically, at least through Square if you go through that.
Yeah.
Because they do deduct it automatically. Again, if you don't know to automatically like take out the 20% mentally, then you're counting like, okay, if I had $1,000 day, for example, in your mind, you're like, cool, I had $1,000 day, forgetting that no, you owe Square, and don't worry, Square's gonna take it.
Oh yeah, there is no you're gonna pay it. No, they're gonna take it.
They deduct that shit right away.
Oh, for sure.
They're not playing.
And depending on where you do, again, like they can do the same thing.
Yeah.
So just be careful where you get your funding. There's so many ways to get funding. I know a lot of people's first reasons of why they haven't started a business is because they don't have the money. Get that out of your head.
OPM, other people's money, is going to be the biggest investment, biggest asset to your business. If you could do grants, obviously do grants 100%,
absolutely, 100%.
Just because that's more free money. You don't have to pay that back. But the alternative is a loan. And again, loans are great. You're using somebody else's money to get your things going. And if that's what I consider as like good debt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're using it to invest into something that is going to give you a return.
As long as you're using it for the right reasons. And do not pull, let's say you only were like, okay, I need $50,000. You get approved for $100,000 and you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's take it. Don't do that.
I'm gonna go buy a new wardrobe with
what do you need $100,000 for? You weren't even thinking about that number. Yeah. Don't touch $100,000.
Don't get greedy. It's so easy to get greedy, I promise.
Don't do it because like if you're a new entrepreneur, you haven't seen that kind of money yet. It'd be cool to see $100K in your bank account, right? Yeah. But is it going to be cool when you fly through that and all of a sudden you're in major debt because you haven't paid that back?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
You have to be very like mentally strong whenever you're stepping into these types of numbers, especially if you don't come from that background. I know for us, like I never saw a check over like $10,000, $15,000 that was like ours in a sense, right? So whenever we did see it, thank God she's the money person, because mentally I was not at the point to where I could like be disciplined with it. I would have saw it and just my ego would have gotten in the way, honestly. So be very, very mindful of that.
We learned a lot, and then we learned how to do it correctly.
Yes.
Which is why we're talking about it. So get your funny money.
Get your funds up.
Get your funds, get your money, start your business, get it going. If you have more questions, please comment below. If you like stuff like this, feel free to follow us. We talk about business and lashes pretty much all the time, and we'd love for you to become our friend.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next Monday whenever we talk about more money on.
Ooh.
That was a good topic today.
Thanks.
Hope you enjoyed.